And we're live.
Welcome back to another Total Geek Live trailer trashing, and of course, we had to do Star Wars.
Star Wars, nothing but Star Wars.
Star Wars. So without further ado, you didn't come here to hear us sing, aka Bill Murray.
Or maybe they did.
Okay, well.
No, the
Guy, I'm
moment's
not.
passed. I'm done. No,
It's on
no,
you, Guy. We
no. It's done. It's over. Trailer.
All right.
We've had this moment. It's passed.
Last Jedi this out.
All right. Well,
Mic
that
drop.
is the last of that topic. And on to the trailer now.
Pretty dark.
It's always good to see that.
Have a
She was
quiet
doing
little
CrossFit, right?
Yes.
weekend. And Luke finally speaks after 2 years.
2 years it's been.
Maybe. You think he took a vow of silence when he left?
Now, reach out.
Touch faith.
So I'm thinking we're probably going to have a Dagobah moment here where she learns how to train.
Oh, yeah. Luke's gonna
Very-
make her run around with him on her back.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, smash, smash. Are those
We
books?
have these books, which I wasn't quite sure what they were. I think
Jedi's
that
don't read.
Great Jedi.
It's a library?
It's Christmas.
Oh, so far away.
Almost like the pod racer scene from episode 1.
It looks a little bit like that. No.
Finn's gonna rest throughout the entire film. Easy as full. Except
Hmm.
Time for the Jedi.
very Return of the Jedi with the space map. Pretty impressive.
Ooh, it just got serious.
December.
Ooh, goosebumps.
That's that.
Alright, so.
So it happened.
Yeah, now
It did.
we probably didn't seem as excited because I'm sure we've all seen it many times before now, since we didn't get a chance to watch it the day of. Let's go around. B, how many times have you seen it? Probably.
Like 5 or 6 times, I think.
Guy.
Yeah.
I've probably seen it about 5 or 6 times, and you know, the thing about Star Wars trailers, you only get one time to truly experience the whole trailer experience, because each one's like, whenever it drops, it's something of a small event. You know, like for episode 1, I even braved Waterboy to go see that trailer. So
I think I was there with you.
I believe you were actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I remember half the audience getting up and leaving after the trailer was over.
Really?
Yeah.
And they
like-
missed it because the trailer was back after the movie.
Yeah. But yeah, people came just to see the trailer, pulled full price admission.
Wow. That's
Wow.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yep.
crazy. What about you, Danny?
I'd say we're in the double digits, probably over 10 times.
Oh, wow.
Just
Okay.
'cause I'm analyzing
Oh,
stuff.
sure.
Like I know, there are about in the scene with the books. There's like 9 or 10 of them.
Books?
Mm.
9 or 10
9 or
books.
10 books or 9 or 10?
Books.
Okay.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
stacked. That one little scene stacked. I went
Yeah.
back and looked at that. I timed how long they showed Kylo Ren. And
Like 0.3 seconds?
yeah.
Man, you put me to shame. He turned left exactly 5 times. Almost
Yeah.
did 6, but he faked us out at the end. Smooth move, Kylo.
Now, with the crushed Kylo helmets that they focus in on, was that the Kylo helmet?
Yeah, that's Kylo's
yeah.
helmet.
So,
Yeah, this gets crushed at some point.
Well, that's going to mess up your cosplay.
Yeah, I know. Because I don't look anything like him.
Get crunchy.
Even when I'm like this. I'd have to get a wig, I guess.
Yeah.
Be Matt, the radar technician.
I could. I'll just get that crazy wig.
Get some sweet abs.
Which is actually, it looks like it's a popular cosplay. A lot of people going just from that
Oh,
SNL skit.
Oh, yeah.
Kylo costume?
The Matt the radar technician.
Yeah,
I have a
he was
picture from
undercover.
Pensacon with someone who dressed up as Matt. That was pretty awesome.
Mm.
Yeah. You can guarantee at least one at a con here in Dallas.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Yep.
is he canon
Fun.
now? Matt the radar technician?
He should.
I think he might be.
Because I have a theory, because they're introducing that new character, Rose, the mechanic. And, obviously they're going to have to fit her in the story. So my thought is this. They're going to have Matt, the radar technician, infiltrate the Resistance base. He's going to cause some hijinks. And that catapults Rose on her own separate adventure.
Oh.
Oh, that's the other solo film they're talking about, huh?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
No Boba Fett. It's going to be Rosie the Riveters.
Yeah, that will be the other solo film outside of the Salacious Crumb solo film.
I would watch a Salacious Crumb solo film.
So let's
Just
get back.
cackles at the absurdity of life.
All right, so the trailer. We open up, much like Force Awakens trailer opened up with a gasp.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We see some training montages. We see some books, some space fights. The ship blows up.
See some levitation-y things, too.
Yeah, a little rocks on
Fight.
Superman's grave action.
Little pebbles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then going to watch the general. She's standing over that console, and if you look at the one, I think at the 47-second mark, you with the silhouette you see. I mean, it sure looks like Vader.
Yeah,
Wow.
I do see that.
So it makes you wonder: is she going to go dark at some point? Is she, with everything that happened with Han, she's obviously, her emotions are going to get the best of her, and will that kind of affect her leadership as a general?
Yeah, it's interesting. It's her swan song, really.
Yeah.
So, gotta wonder what it's gonna be like.
Yeah, they did say that they are going to have some clips of Carrie in episode 9.
Mhm.
Probably just whatever footage they can kind of cobble together and make sense of at that point, I think. I'm sure it changes the whole outlook of how they plan the story.
Yeah.
Right. Imagine it would be.
Because it's always
Yeah.
been the Skywalker story.
Mhm.
This whole series is about the Skywalkers.
All right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's a big Skywalker to lose.
So what do you think about the sort of pod racer scene they were talking about? Is that like crop dusters? What are they kicking up, or are they doing that, or?
Looks like that's some kind of red, salty dirt
Yeah, that's
type
what
of
I
composition.
got. Yeah, it
Mhm.
wasn't coming from the ship. It was disrupting
Yeah,
the surface.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a great, beautiful visual. But yeah, I have no idea.
But it also looks like blood, It's another way of foreshadowing something, possibly.
Yeah,
Sure.
deep
Yeah.
cuts, gushing blood.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Ah.
No.
What vehicles were those? They go by so fast. I didn't really.
They probably have not announced that yet.
No, I've never seen them.
Yeah.
Nope.
They'll
They
come
always
in-
do that Toys R Us toy run. They'll probably drop names around after they do probably a couple toy cons this summer. So
Yeah.
they left us wanting a lot more this time, I noticed. They didn't have what I felt was like the big stinger moment. I mean, obviously Luke's last line leaves open a lot of questions, and that's what Force Awakens did. But it didn't have like that big moment where Han Solo and Chewbacca walk up and have that moment, and it's like, oh wow, this is
Yeah,
really
Chewie, we're
happening.
home. Yeah, there was.
Right.
yeah.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, not that it lasted a long time. We're only getting like little flashes. At the 1 minute 21 second mark, you see Finn. He's in some type of cryo
Yeah, it looks like
thing,
he's like
asleep.
Healing thing.
And obviously, yeah, he's healing from the lightsaber,
Yeah.
the back attack kind of thing.
And there's a great still I pulled that's cycling over the video of a robed figure next to R2 in front of some burning houses.
Right,
Some
which
burning
we've
buildings.
seen that same thing before, in the Force Awakens, I believe.
Yeah, the flashback scene.
There was the
Yeah.
flashback scene
We're gonna get more of it, looks like.
of that, and I'm guessing with the metal hand, it's got to be Luke.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
So we'll probably get the story of what happened with young Ren, Kylo, and maybe
Yeah, the whole Knights of Ren backstory. That's what I'm hoping. It sounds like such a great. That's a story I want to see. So I really hope they establish that.
Yeah, because I'm actually looking at that image right now, and you can see they're watching the I guess that's one of the temples that he taught at, and it's just in flames, engulfed in
Yeah.
flames, and
Mhm.
it's eerily beautiful in a way.
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
It's so sad.
Yeah.
And then I was really one thing I was excited about was seeing Captain Phasma.
Oh, in that scene.
Yeah, yeah.
In that one scene with the flames and with the other troopers, and she's kind of leading them. So at least, you know, a character that didn't have a whole lot of screen time in Force Awakens, at least we're going to get to see some
Right.
more of her.
And I hope so, because I mean, you think about it, it's like the prequels had Darth Maul, who was cool looking and honestly didn't really do much of anything in the film.
Right.
You know, they fleshed him out like really well in the animated series, but same thing with the original trilogy. Boba Fett was cool looking, but he really didn't do a lot when you really think about it. And it looks like Captain Phasma was basically the same. And I hope they don't continue that tradition, because Gwendolyn Christie is a great actress, especially in Game of Thrones. And if they don't use her to her full potential, that's going to be really disappointing for me.
Yep, same here.
Well,
Yeah.
if you're gonna get an actress of that caliber to put in that helmet,
use them.
you gotta, yeah. I mean, because Boba Fett was some IT looking guy under the helmet, right? I mean, he wasn't a known name.
Right.
So it was on that level okay for him just to kind of be there and show up here and there. But yeah, if you're gonna take the time and cast someone with credentials and chops, give them a scene or three.
Well, you got to think some people just want to be in a Star Wars movie. I mean, look at Simon Pegg. He's completely unrecognizable as that merchant, Unkar Plutt. He just wanted to be in the movie. And
He just wanted to be in it. Yep. No,
I'd
I
be
can't
third
blame
droid
him.
from the left if I could get into that film.
Yeah. Like Kevin Smith was the voiceover of one of the stormtroopers during the interrogation scene, I think. The Rey interrogation scene.
Daniel Craig.
Yeah, Daniel Craig, I think, was the actual stormtrooper in the suit during that
Yeah,
scene.
yeah. He was the one that Rey, confused to let her loose.
Yeah.
But
And
yeah,
then
I mean,
there's speculation that the princes are actually in this new one.
Oh, really?
Harry, yeah. They made a
Huh.
visit to the set, so maybe there's talk that they could be in it somehow as well.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I thought it was interesting the trailer showed a lot of interesting things, but gave you no concept of what the story is.
Yes.
So, it's clear that there's another trailer coming out that'll kind of flesh out some more plots, elements that are coming out. And I hope it doesn't give away too much. We talked about that in the previous TGL, where we talked about trailers just giving away too much. Thor's hammer. So I hope that we get some surprises still in the. I'm gonna pause for a second so we can go back.
and then there were three.
He's being mauled by a wild animal.
And then we start getting tweets from the ASPCA.
Right. We
No animals were harmed during the production of Total Geek Live.
Sorry about that.
That's
I'm
all
eating
fun.
Boba Fett.
I'll stop eating both. Actually, he's up your nose.
We'll probably see more trailers, plural. We'll probably see 2 or 3 more before this is all over. Because, I mean, they just want to drive us crazy right now.
Well,
and then they'll probably drop something or summer, probably in the fall. And then, like, the big, well, it's coming out next week. Here's another great trailer to really just make you insane.
Well, yeah, if I remember, Force Awakens, I think, had 3 distinct trailers. You had the teaser.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, really?
You had the...
Man.
I think so.
I think
they
so.
had the teaser of it with the Millennium Falcon at the end, and then they had the one with more information. So, but yeah.
So I feel that, and man, right on the heels of this is the Han Solo movie. You think we'll get a Han Solo trailer before?
We'll probably get it with this movie.
I think we'll get it. Yeah, I think you're right.
I don't think so.
You don't think so? Doesn't it come out?
I don't think so. I don't. Well, I mean, look what they did with Rogue One. They kind of let each movie stand alone, and they don't let the next project like cannibalize the other in any capacity. At least that's kind of what I'm seeing. They'll let they'll probably drop the Han Solo trailer probably at Celebration next year. Is my thought. I mean, I could be wrong. We'll see. But yeah, I don't see them dropping the trailer for Han Solo with this one.
Well, when's the release date for Han Solo? Is it
next year?
Is it next?
Probably
next
Christmas. They're dropping one of these.
It's either November or December. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's Han Solo, the 9.
Summer movie.
Yeah, it's Han Solo, the 9. Is it? I'm trying to think what it was. Was it Boba Fett that they're doing next, or was it? I keep feeling like they were going to do a Yoda movie, but
no, I thought the one after 9, it hasn't really been titled yet.
Conceptualized yet? Yeah.
Well, they keep teasing. Could it be a Obi-Wan because he's expressed interest coming back?
And I hope that happens.
Yeah. You know, and if one thing that they did, the director Ryan did say that we are going to get answers as to Rey's parentage in this film, so they're not letting that drag, which I'm pleased about. And if some theories are true that it could be Obi-Wan's grandchild or child, that would make certainly a solo film of Obi-Wan Kenobi pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Right.
Should it go that way?
A grandchild? I never heard that as a
Child.
Grandchild would make more sense.
Yeah.
The age.
Yeah.
Right.
So then
I still think Rey's a Skywalker. I mean, this is ultimately a Skywalker saga all the way through, and this is one of those take it with a grain of salt because Mark Hamill tends to be a joker, pun intended. But he was making a comment just before that, what they were talking about, and they're just before they're going to drop the trailer. He started with, we're going to find out a little bit more about my dog, Rey. So yeah, he kind of dropped it, and he could be goofing off like he does about that stuff.
People, so yeah,
he's trolling. I mean, that's what he does, but it just makes sense. I mean, the lightsaber, the connection, the search for Luke, that's probably a whole other thing on the side.
Right. Yeah. Well, I do like that they're going to at least reveal who she belongs to in the second film, because it parallels back with Empire, because that's when Luke found out who his father was.
Yeah.
So it's a nice balance there. Because
and I think it'll be a gentler reception.
Got to keep it balanced.
Well, one of the reasons I don't believe Rey is a Kenobi is you got to think about it. Obi-Wan died the original New Hope Star Wars was set like 34, 35 years before she'd be middle-aged at this point. She wouldn't be in her late teens, early 20s.
Right, that's why I was thinking maybe a grandchild or great-grandchild or something.
What if she's a Vader Force baby?
Oh, God, I hope they don't do that again. And it's Space Jesus, and it's like... and then it never touched on it because it was such an obscure concept.
Yeah.
It's like the Immaculate Birth, and it's like, I see the analogy you're trying to do here, but explain what's going on.
Or she is just a big, giant, walking what are they called?
Midichlorian.
A midichlorian. Yeah, so what if she's just one Yeah, what if she's one big metachlorian?
Yeah, she could be one giant meat accordion.
Yeah.
Or a meat accordion. Yes.
There you go.
I ruin things, by the way.
Where's Weird Al when you need him?
Uh,
I met her in a swamp down a Dagobah
Well-
where it bubbled all the time.
We probably should touch on the last line when Luke very ominously says, "It's time for the Jedi to end." Again, I have my own thoughts on that. Why don't we just go around and kind of share that? We'll start with B.
oh, why me? Okay, so I think.
Because your name starts with B.
What?
Boom.
So I think that that line means that he's no longer going to train a Jedi, but he's going to do a new path, something in the middle. So no longer Sith, no longer Jedi, but a Luke. I don't know, a Skywalker. I don't know. But
A
what the
lukewarm.
term would be. But someone who balances,
That's
really
brilliant.
balances
God, I love that.
a light and a dark.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
As long as it's not a Luke Perry, I'm good with whatever he trains.
These are
Jeez, you
things
love
that
my
happen.
Naruto. You made me watch it all the time in the dorms.
Okay.
Danny, what are your thoughts on that line?
Yeah, I think he's going to be middle of the line now. He realizes that whatever he did when trying to train the Jedi way, it pushed Kylo away, and Kylo went dark, and he doesn't want to make the same mistakes, and he knows exactly what his father went through, and the knows how the Jedi Order could be so constraining and ultra conservative. So I think Luke he's going to realize, he goes, you know what? It's just me. I've got no council to have to deal with unless we get to see what I really want is a nice campfire scene with a bunch of Force ghosts. But hey, we'll see. We'll see.
Well, they brought back Peter Cushing. Anything's possible.
And I'm hoping. I would love to see that. But if he's
they're
not
all
really,
sitting around going, "Man, we were all so wrong. Boy, did
Yeah.
we screw up."
We'd eat marshmallows if we were tangible.
right. So I think he's just gonna kind of do his own thing and train Rey and whoever else. We don't know if she's the only one. That as far as he's concerned, Luke, is the last Jedi, and from here on forward, the new Force-sensitive people trained will be something else, something that we've never seen before. And I'm wondering if it has to do with those books.
Well,
I don't know.
Being all good or all bad, it's still, what did they say, only the Sith deal in absolutes or something like that, but being absolute good is an absolute as well. So maybe being an absolute good is wrong, and being that the Jedi keep being defeated over and over again, it's like, hello, that's not working.
Yeah.
Somebody misinterpreted the Dead Sea Scrolls or the Will of the Wills,
Journal of the Wills.
the Journal of the Wills, and the religion they based it on was faulty, and that's why they keep dying and they don't last. I mean, you could draw that parallel. Is all I'm saying, and then Luke kind of realizes this, and he's like, you know what? Let's
try to
just
course correct.
Mm-hmm.
force correct. Is that what you said?
Course correct. Yeah. Fix it
Yeah.
so it doesn't keep happening.
Yeah.
What about you, Guy? What are your thoughts?
Drop your knowledge on us.
Well, I definitely have some thoughts on this. Okay, so that means, and I'll try to keep this concise, but I definitely have some thoughts on this. And that goes all the way back to the prequels. You have this very rigid order that failed for two reasons. They were so set in their ways that they missed the enemy very obviously right and standing in front of them. I mean, that's for all their power and wisdom and knowledge, they just blatantly failed. Plus, being so stoic and no possessions, no emotions, they could have avoided so many problems if they had just simply let Anakin get married and have babies. They probably could have just not let him get frustrated and get easily manipulated and led. Right. So they failed in that regards because they were just too set to their old traditions. Then you have Luke, who's come in a time where everyone is basically wiped out, and they may introduce a few Jedi or Sith here and there to kind of pad out the past the movie universe. But speaking purely from a movie standpoint, you have Obi-Wan Kenobi, who is old and dies. You have Yoda, who is old and dies. You have Darth Vader and the Emperor, both old and dies. So that's it. Luke is basically left to his own devices to reinterpret the Jedi, probably based off preset teachings. So he gets to his point where he sets up this Jedi Order that's probably all preconceived off these earlier notions. It goes wrong. It fails. There's clearly a problem in the whole outline of how the Jedi is supposed to be. Mm-hmm. There's been mentions of something called Gray Jedi that embraces neither light or dark. I don't know if any of you have seen the Star Wars Rebels series.
No, but I've heard that term, the Gray Jedi.
Yeah.
The Gray Jedi is defined, and you might get a real kick out of this, Danny. One of the characters is known as the Bendu. It's this creature that is neither light or dark, doesn't help either, wants to be left alone. The Bendu is voiced by Tom Baker, the Fourth Doctor. So that's like super cool to hear his voice doing that.
Yeah, no
and
kidding.
He's generally benevolent, but he doesn't go out of his way to help anyone. If you piss him off, he's done with you, basically. Mm-hmm. You can't have good if there's not evil. And, even in the chaotic emotional aspects of evil, it allows a certain type of freedom. Again, if Anakin had just been able to live his life while still following the Jedi Code, he probably would have been better balanced and not so prone to manipulation.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree with what B said. The Jedi as it's been is going to end with Luke. I think he is the last Jedi. I think he's going to try to come up with... I don't think he's... it was very ominous the way that line was delivered, and I'm sure some people will probably think, okay, well, Luke's probably going to turn evil. And I don't think that's the case.
I don't think so either.
I think Rey is going to be the light side of the representation. I think he's going to train her to be, the more of the light side. And what I'm going to say now is, there's nothing to speculate this. This is not spoilers. This is just my own personal theory. So I'm not dropping any spoilers, but this is just what I think it is. There were hints at attempt to redeem Kylo Ren or Ben Solo. I think they're going to see if they can touch on that. And I feel by the time all of this resolves, again, this is not a spoiler. This is just my prediction.
Speculation.
Yeah, this is all purely my speculation. I can see Rey and Ben becoming the yin and the yang of each other, thus setting forth this new era of still Jedi, but not like the Jedi of old. This will be something new because everything prior to failed. Even the Sith failed. They keep getting defeated in the end.
Right.
The Emperor, who thought he had everything perfectly played out, his own folly destroyed him. So I think it will lessen the weaknesses of both sides and highlight the strengths into something more unified. And that's my thought on that.
Yeah, no, I think that's really fascinating, and I think there's a lot of merit in there too, consideration and thought to it.
Now, do you think he's gonna come, have a meeting of souls with Luke, and just when you think he's gonna turn over a new leaf, he stabs Luke in the gut with the lightsaber and throws him off a cliff?
No, I think Han Solo sacrificed his life ultimately. I think he believed there was something left worth trying to save with Kylo Ren, and ultimately he failed and wasn't enough to reach him, but I think he probably set events in motion that ultimately will. It's funny to me. A lot of people criticize The Force Awakens, and I'll just call it as being a gentle retelling of A New Hope, which I thought they did just kind of extend the olive branch. We're going back to the old ways. But one of the things, it's like when everyone's like, oh, it's just Star Wars all over again. And no, it's like it asks a lot of questions throughout the film, and they don't make a big deal about it, but you're like, what does this mean? Who's this person? This little side event that's so trivial in seeming. But I think a lot of these little side moments that people tend to forget about because they're too busy, trying to say this is just a reboot in general. I think they're missing the point that this opens up a lot of setting up for the next few stories.
Sure.
All right.
Yeah. It really does.
Well, I've got no other speculation or theories or anything.
Yeah.
I'm excited for it. I'm going to try to... I like hearing people's theories at this point where there's nothing really to back them up. But I'll probably cut back on what I'm watching the closer we get, because I love going in and being surprised, and it's going to be hard to go in, walk into this without somebody saying something, even if it's not, they don't know it, but they just figured it out from what is given, and it's like, oh, that is what it was.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, this is all theory and speculation on my part, just based off what's been presented to us. I mean, for all I know, I've just ended up spoiling the whole damn thing. Thanks, me. That could be a thing too. But
Christmas, you was going to come back and hit, April you.
It'll be interesting to watch this video in 2019, 2020, and see how right or wrong I was at that point.
Right.
Oh, now we have to check.
Yeah, I think we might have to do a whole episode about that.
Remember back when guys said
dream sequence, See,
Well,
I'm setting backstory and like flashback scenes. And
for us.
Layers upon layers. It's all about the questions.
He's Guy is an onion.
I am.
He's rare.
Or a very sexy parfait, if you prefer.
Yes.
Yes. Quite, yes.
Yes. Sounds delicious. Parfait.
Onion parfait. Wait, that sounds terrible.
Yeah, that's the image I have in my mind. I'm just...
And you're welcome.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'm done. Any of you guys have a last little nugget you want to throw in before we sign off? And
Who's Finn? Who's he? What happens to Poe? Like, he just keeps losing X-Wings left and right.
Yeah, and he was really close to that blast, too. Looked like a little heat damage there.
I hope that happens in the third film. He loses his X-Wing yet again. It's like, oh, come on.
Yeah, that would be great.
Now it has to happen. Come on.
Can't a guy get a break?
Everyone has their one thing. I hope Pose is losing his personalized X-Wing in every film.
Yep.
Yeah.
That would be
way
great.
you get the toy for each film.
Yep.
It's all about the merchandising.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. How do you think BB-8, C-3PO, and R2 are gonna fare in this film?
Well,
We didn't see anything really of them.
Well, R2's off with Chewbacca and Luke and Rey at this point, so I'm sure he'll have their thing. Hopefully C-3PO will have his moment, and I'm sure BB-8 will do something. He's too cute of a character not to do something just kind of fun with.
Yeah.
Because everyone likes BB-8.
Yeah, well, you see BB and R2 in this, but there was no even flash of C-3PO anywhere.
Yeah, C-3PO had no screen
We'll
time.
never find out about his other arm, his red arm.
I know.
You have to read the comic for that.
Ugh.
Why don't they just do a whole side story of C-3PO in his red arm?
They did in the comic.
Yeah,
How he got that arm.
It involved strawberry jam.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to even picture that. Good night, everybody. I'm done. I don't want to C-3PO sticking his arm in any strawberry jam. I don't want to know how it came to be, the whys, the hows. Damn it, I'm still talking about it.
Marvel writers, we're giving you ideas.
Yep. That's all we got. We got ideas.
Figures.
With the name like
Strawberry
Schmuckers.
jam in action.
Yep.
Oh, man.
Schmuckers.
The Smucker
It's got to be
Star
good.
Wars universe crossover.
Or it could be a kid's toy. Strawberry Jam and C-3PO. And he
Yeah.
could have like a little beatbox. You press that little circle in his center.
Could be Scratch and Snip too.
Oh, God. Yes. Hello. That's for the girls. It's like the new strawberry shortcake.
Yeah.
His arm smells like strawberry.
He beatboxes and smells like strawberries. This is the greatest toy ever.
Yep.
Hello, Christmas 2018.
Yeah, pretty much.
You're welcome, Disney.
Oh my God, we're gods of marketing. Awesome.
Oh man, all right.
All right. And on that note,
Yes.
send your fan art of Strawberry Jam and C-3PO.
Yes, we want to see
please.
all
I
of.
want to see Strawberry Jam and C-3PO to all of our 70 fans. Just fan art, strawberry sculpted C-3POs. Just impressive
whatever.
stuff.
Be a strawberry
Yeah.
jello mold. I mean,
Make it happen. Make it happen.
whatever. You.
And we'll feature the best one on our Instagram.
Yes.
So the challenge is out there now. Strawberry Jam and C-3PO. Make it a thing.
Yeah.
That's
At
it.
Total Geek Live on Instagram and Twitter and Snapchat. Although, do we Snapchat?
Yeah,
No.
we snap that.
No.
Not as much.
Yeah, but definitely
Well, that's-
Instagram
you
and
don't have
Twitter
to
right
pep
now.
dog.
So
Who knows?
at
Maybe we'll
Total
try to
Geek-
come up with a prize.
There we go.
Yeah.
So at Total
Something
Geek
or other.
Live,
Awesome.
A postcard.
send us your strawberry 3PO drawings.
Strawberry Jam and C-3PO. We're
Strawberry
trademarking that.
Jam
We
and
can't have
Strawberry
knockoffs.
jam, man.
No sense of right alliance. No.
Yes, show us
All right.
the way.
All right.
Like, comment,
That's it,
subscribe.
Bye-bye.
Bye.